Baz Luhrmann, the director of this romantic comedy, uses one of the most spectacular ideas to depict the messages of courage, determination, and anti-freedom, which is by dancing. Dancing is the only way dancers, whether or not the skill is innate or learned, express their emotions and feelings. A dancer's performance will never reach its peak until his or her confidence is fully displayed and felt by the audience. Strictly Ballroom tells the story of an Australian lad which is also an astonishing ballroom dancer, Scott Hastings, who is well trained ever since childhood. However, he faces difficulties when he incorporates his own steps into the typically original dance move, and hence his steps are considered to be not strictly ballroom. His partner Liz, a significantly easy to detect character in this movie, leaves him behind because of that, and Scott later finds himself a new dancing and also love partner, Fran, a stereotypically nerdish looking student which eventually evolves into the wow looking dancer. During the Pan Pacific Grand Prix competition, it is to be found that the chairman of the Australian Dancing Federation, Barry Fife, has fixed the results according to his own preference. He disqualifies these two lovebirds, but as predicted, they dance in the end regardless of the announcement, and they manage to impress the house with the paso doble. This movie does not depict the usual disqualify yet win scenario, as it is not the major focus in this movie, and that is why I like it personally. Life is not always about competition. It is about living one's life freely, and there should never be any regret felt in every single decision we make on the way we choose to express ourselves. This video, however, will be analysing the movie through a psychoanalytical lens in the form of Scott and Fran characters and how they impact they have on each other. Let's look at Scott's character first. When Scott and Fran first meet, Fran offers to dance with Scott, so Scott is able to dance his own moves. Fran offers this as at the beginning of the movie. Scott gets to qualify for dancing his own moves at the Pan Pacific, which results in Scott's partner leaving him. Scott clearly finds this ridiculous. His mindset is clear that he believes he is above her and she doesn't have the right to even ask her to dance. This is seen through this scene.
I want to dance with you.
What?
I want to dance with you. I want to dance with you your way at the Pan Pacifics.
You've been dancing with a girl for 2 years, haven't you?
Yeah, but...
And now you've come up to me who's been dancing since I was 6 years old and you say, you want to dance non-federation? I don't think so.
Just give me a tryout.
Look, go home.
Just 1 hour.
This is very embarrassing.
I just need a chance.
You're going to wake up tomorrow and feel like a real idiot about this.
Do you want to dance your own steps or not?
It's none of your business.
Well, do you?
Look, a beginner has no right to approach an open amateur.
From this moment, we can see that Scott's character is a very arrogant, self-centered person. Throughout the progression of the film, however, we can see a development in his character after he meets Fran. Scott and Fran train together, and slowly we can see Scott becoming more accepting of her, and Scott starts to realize that she is the right person to be her partner. The second part of the movie, Scott's mom tells Fran to go home and forget about being Scott's partner. Scott is adamant in dancing with her to the point where he says he doesn't even care about the Pan Pacific and just wants to dance with her.
Fran, I think it'd be best for everyone if you went home.
But we were a beginner, Fran. What the hell did you think you were doing?
You stick with your goals, and eventually they bring their own rewards.
What rewards?
Winning the Pan Pacific!
I don't care about winning the Pan Pacific Grand Prix!
When Scott tries to get Fran, her dad sees her. Sadly sees him. This scene ends up in Scott and Fran dancing the paso doble in front of her dad. The dad ends up dancing the paso doble much better, which annoys Scott. Fran's grandma saying that he lacks rhythm, but she is willing to teach him.
Podrá mover el culo, pero lo que es de ritmo no. No tiene ni puñetera idea.
Grandma would like to teach us.
Scott, who was once the arrogant guy who believed he was better, had more skill, happily decides to learn it. The scene ends up with Scott dancing with Fran's dad. The scene demonstrates how much the weeks of dancing between Scott and Fran has affected Scott. In the ending of the movie, Scott is forced in choosing whether to dance with Liz or Fran. Scott runs off to the stage to get Fran, and they both dance the paso doble together. Scott choosing the beginner in Fran instead of the more experienced Liz represents the change of Scott psychoanalytically. Let's look at Fran's character now. Fran at the beginning of the movie is set out as the typical Cinderella. At first she is portrayed as a shy, awkward beginner dancer, wearing glasses, no makeup and a baggy t-shirt. Her plainness provides the contrast to the glitz and glamour of the other ballroom dancers. A life lived in fear is a life half lived is one of the main messages of the film and is closely associated with Fran. Her journey is about overcoming her fear so that she can reach her potential and live life to the full. Fran clearly wants to dance, and this is seen when she demonstrates her anger when Scott rejects her.
That's different.
How is it
different. You're just like the rest of them. You think you're different, but you're not, because you're just really scared. You're really scared to give someone new a go because you think, you know, they might just be better than you are. Well, you're just pathetic and you're gutless. You're a gutless wonder.
The scene with Scott's tryouts with new partners are mixed with Scott and Fran continuing to practice together. The camera also cuts the dates being crossed off of the calendar, indicating that time has passed, and the soundtrack appropriately is the song Time After Time. The montage also shows how Fran's transformation is taking place. Gradually her appearance begins to change, her hair becomes darker and more attractive, and she wears skirts rather than leggings. The use of colour is also significant, and by the end of the sequence she is shown wearing stronger colours, black and red, reflecting her growing confidence. After the revelation that Tina is to be Scott's new partner, Fran retreats backstage where Scott finds her, but the spell is broken when Liz Holt scathingly comments, "You're kidding," when she sees Fran and Scott dancing together. Fran becomes self-conscious again as she falls over, injuring her ankle. Shirley, Liz and Vanessa persuade Fran to go home. This scene in the dressing room is reminiscent of Cinderella, when Shirley, like the wicked stepmother, Vanessa and Liz, as the ugly sisters, persuade Fran to go home rather than spoil Scott's chances. The use of low-angle close-ups of Shirley, Vanessa and Liz, seen from Fran's point of view, represent them as villains and Fran as the victim of bullying.
Of course Scott would say that. But you don't want to ruin his chances, do you? Do you?
Fran and Scott practice for the Pan Pacific with the guidance and support of Fran's dad and grandma, Rico and Yaya. When Fran dances complicated steps with confidence and poise during the practice with her father, the reaction shot of Rico shows his surprise and pride. It is as if he is seeing his daughter in a new light. Like Yaya, he accepts that Fran has overcome her shyness and is ready to dance at the Pan Pacifics. The final scene where Scott chooses Fran wears a red dress conveying the development from the shy, just Fran to the confident Fran, dancing in front of the crowd thanks to Scott.